Angel Reese's super team dream, more like a super fail. Reese promised to build a powerhouse in Chicago. She guaranteed it. She told everyone she was recruiting the biggest stars, talking a big game like she was the queen of the WNBA. Fast forward to today, and guess what? Nobody wants to play with her. Top free agents took one look at Chicago and said, "Yeah, I'm good." Kelsey Plum, gone. Jewel Lloyd, nope. Brittany Griner, not a chance. Every major star in the league had options, and instead of joining Reese's so-called super team, they bolted for teams that actually know how to win. So, what went wrong? Is Angel Reese just not as big of a deal as she thinks she is? Did she scare free agents away with all her me energy? And most importantly, did Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever just steal the spotlight Reese thought was hers? Let's break it all down, because this free agency disaster is one of the biggest flops in WNBA history. Grab some popcorn. This one is brutal. Before we get into all the action, take a quick moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll always stay updated on the latest WNBA news, big moves, and game breakdowns, just like this. Don't miss out, we've got you covered. So go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's jump right in.
WNBA free agency is officially underway, Annie. So when you see these names and the options, what do you think that they're cooking up?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because Angel and...
Rewind a bit, Angel. Reese strutted around like she had the entire league on speed dial, confidently promising championships and star-studded teams. She boasted about becoming the undisputed queen of women's basketball and practically had victory parades already booked. It was as if she had already ordered custom championship rings with her face on them. You don't get told no. You're going to get the yeses. You're going to get more yeses than nos. And just knowing that, I'm excited for what's coming, she declared. Reese envisioned herself sipping champagne at lavish celebrations, believing every star player would drop everything just to join her Chicago Dream Team. Honestly, her confidence was impressive, bordering on hilarious. You could practically see the Netflix documentary playing in her mind, showcasing her epic rise to WNBA glory. But let's snap back to reality for a moment. Spoiler alert, her recruitment strategy didn't just fail, it crashed and burned harder than a poorly rated Netflix series canceled after one embarrassing season.
Reese and Camila Cardoso, too, have brought relevance to this team that they've desperately needed in a time when, again, if not for them, they'd be completely irrelevant.
Reese didn't just misjudge her pull with players. She wildly overestimated her charm, her influence, and, let's be honest, her ability to create an environment anyone actually wanted to be part of. The only thing legendary about her plan was how spectacularly it flopped.
Oh, lads, this is not great news, for the Chicago Sky, who are a team that obviously, they're rebuilding. This is a team that is 100% rebuilding.
Picture Angel Reese at home, lounging on her couch, phone in hand, feeling like the biggest star on the planet. She's smiling ear to ear, already imagining epic victory parades, huge parties, and champagne showers in downtown Chicago. She's probably rehearsing speeches and visualizing all the Instagram posts she make, tagging her superstar teammates. Now, imagine her confidently hitting send on those texts to every big name in the WNBA, aimed she's sure will eagerly reply with yes and absolutely, Angel. But reality hits quicker than a speeding bullet. Hours pass, days pass, and there's nothing but silence.
Oh, not a good day for the Chicago Sky. Not a good day at all, because we have heard news from the journalist who reports on the WN.
Her phone buzzes, and she excitedly grabs it, only to realize it's just another spam email or a low battery alert. Angel didn't just get ghosted, she got left hanging harder than someone reaching for a high five that never comes. It's like throwing a massive party, inviting everyone you know, and then standing in an empty room while the saddest playlist ever plays softly in the background. Brutal doesn't even begin to cover it. Angel Reese just experienced a whole new level of rejection and, honestly, it's almost hilariously tragic.
Storm are sending Jewel Lloyd to the Las Vegas Aces in a blockbuster three-team trade that moves Kelsey Plum to the LA Sparks. That's according to ESPN.
Kelsey Plum topped Angel's wish list: a sharpshooter, a game changer, a champion. She seemed like a guaranteed signing, the superstar teammate who would finally validate all of Angel's big talk. Angel was probably already picturing matching outfits, high-fiving after victories, and laughing in slow motion for TV commercials. But Plum, she didn't just decline Angel's offer, she outright laughed it off and bolted straight to sunny Los Angeles. Imagine Angel's face when she got that news. It must have felt like stepping on wet socks, running out of coffee in the morning, and realizing you forgot your phone at home all at once. Pure agony. Honestly, Angel probably felt betrayed, thinking she had this superstar bond with Plum. But clearly, Kelsey saw right through the smoke and mirrors of Angel's fantasy super team. This wasn't just a rejection, it was a reality check, so brutal that Angel's head is probably still spinning. Maybe Plum just didn't want to deal with Angel's queen of everything energy. Or maybe she just preferred beaches to drama-filled locker rooms. Either way, Angel's master plan collapsed, faster than a piece of cheap furniture. Then there was Jewel Lloyd Chicago, born and raised, seemingly destined for a heartwarming homecoming story, the kind that sports movies are made of. You could almost picture Angel Reese planning an emotional welcome speech, already imagining Lloyd as her right-hand woman in Chicago's grand revival.
According to WNBA Insider, that Illinois native Jewel Lloyd will not be going to Chicago Sky.
Maybe she even pictured them becoming the WNBA's next dynamic duo, grinning side by side on magazine covers, celebrating championships like besties for life. But nope, reality had other plans. Faced with Angel's non-stop self-promotion, a Chicago roster full of question marks, and a front office that clearly had no idea what it was doing, Jewel Lloyd didn't just walk away, she packed her bags and sprinted toward Las Vegas faster than someone skipping a 2-minute ad on YouTube.
Talk about the 3 big names you gotta know: Alyssa Thomas, Natasha Cloud, Brittany Griner. Let's start with Brittany Griner, joining Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard in Atlanta.
This wasn't just a no thanks, this was a hard pass. Lloyd didn't just decline. She basically said, "I'd rather play anywhere else than deal with that mess." Her choice wasn't just about basketball, it was about stability, leadership, and, let's be real, avoiding unnecessary drama. And who could blame her? Vegas has a proven system, a winning culture, and actual star power. Meanwhile, Chicago has Angel Reese, sending unanswered texts and hoping for the best. And just like that, another superstar vanished from Reese's fantasy super team. But don't worry, Angel, there are still plenty of free agents to chase. Right? Oh wait, they're all avoiding Chicago too. Speaking of which, let's talk about the next big rejection, Brittany Griner. Even Brittany Griner, the dunking queen herself, took one look at Chicago and said, "Nah, I'm good." Instead, she packed her bags and headed straight for Atlanta, leaving Angel Reese wondering once again what went wrong.
The Indiana Fever are that golden destination, and I can't help but laugh to the fans and the people online and the media commentators, unfortunately, who said that nobody wanted to play in Indiana.
Imagine thinking you're about to build a WNBA dream team, only to realize that even the league's most dominant players would rather play anywhere else. This isn't just rejection, it's a wake-up call with flashing neon lights. Let's be real. Brittany Griner choosing Atlanta over Chicago is like someone picking a lukewarm gas station sandwich over a gourmet meal. Of course, that gourmet meal is actually just a stale piece of bread with no substance. And let's not act like this was a tough decision for Griner. Chicago had every red flag possible: a chaotic front office, an unproven roster, and, well, Angel Reese trying to run the show. Would you sign up for that? Didn't think so. And just when Angel thought things couldn't get worse, another major name came off the board: Alyssa Thomas. The triple-double superstar didn't even pretend to consider Chicago as an option. She took one look at the situation: dysfunctional, unstable, drama-filled, Masand, said, "Yeah, no thanks." Thomas bolted for Phoenix so fast, she probably left a dust trail behind her. And honestly, who could blame her? Angel probably sent her a message filled with big promises of a super team and total domination. But Thomas took one look at Chicago's non-existent roster, front office chaos, and Angel-centered drama, and hit the eject button before even giving it a second thought. Let's be real, Alyssa Thomas is a serious player with actual championship aspirations. She's not here for reality TV-level dysfunction. Unlike Angel, she backs up her game with results, not just Twitter talk. But if you thought that was bad, here comes the real gut punch: Angel's own teammate. Brianna Turner also packed her bags and left. And where did she go? Indiana. Yes, the same Indiana team that Angel has been trying to convince herself she's more relevant than, and to make things even worse, Turner went to play with Caitlin Clark, the exact player stealing all of Angel's shine. Imagine losing your own teammate to the biggest star in the game. That's like your best friend choosing your biggest rival's birthday party over yours. Brutal, and just like that. Another piece of Angel's so-called super team crumbled to dust. But don't worry, Angel, there's still time to recruit some big names, right? Oh wait, that list is getting shorter by the second. Speaking of which, let's talk about the Indiana Fever, the team doing the exact opposite of Chicago. While Angel's dream was falling apart, Indiana was quietly building an actual powerhouse.
He had an incredible season for us last year, says the GM. She's extremely talented and is a player that can impact the game at the highest level in our league.
To make matters worse, Chicago's front office managed to double down on disaster by letting go of their leading scorer, Kennedy Carter. Imagine kicking out your star player. It's basically the front office, announcing to the entire league that winning is not a priority.
Is Angel Reese, did she just run a coach out of town, and is she running a player out of town? Their best shooter out of town?
Imagine Angel Reese staring at her silent phone, the harsh truth hitting her that no one is interested in joining her dream team. It must feel like throwing a party and having no one show up. Not exactly the superstar energy she was expecting.
Women should be able to step in and be able to go into a locker room and be able to have a safe space, or go into a gym at 3 o'clock in the morning when they want to do that. So I want to be able to just invest.
Let's dive deeper into the messy locker room dynamics. Reports suggest that Reese's ego made the team environment downright toxic. Gabby Williams and Kennedy Carter practically sprinted away from the chaos faster than students rushing out of class when the bell rings on a Friday.
Can't help but wonder, is that what happened here? Is Angel Reese and the way she wants to play, and I don't know if you've ever noticed her social media posts, but she's very me, always.
As if the drama wasn't enough. Chicago's outdated facilities are so far behind the times, they might as well be using floppy disks. On the other hand, teams like Indiana and Vegas have cutting-edge gyms and training centers. No superstar would choose Chicago's rundown gym, which feels more suited for a 90s sitcom over a modern high-tech facility. The most embarrassing truth of all. Reese truly believes she's the star attraction of the league, but attendance stats tell a different story. Caitlin Clark effortlessly fills arenas, while Angel Reese struggles to fill even half of the seats. Fans aren't showing up for drama. They're there for real talent and excitement. Now, Angel faces her biggest challenge yet. After every top free agent rejected her so-called super team, she's left with two options: step up and prove she's a franchise player, or fade into obscurity like a one-hit wonder pop star. The hype, the bold recruitment claims, the endless self-promotion, it all means nothing now. It's game time, and the excuses are gone. But let's be real, this isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about ego, legacy, and proving she belongs in the same conversation as true superstars like Caitlin Clark. Angel spent months claiming she would be the face of the WNBA, yet the league's biggest names all chose to play anywhere else but with her. That's gotta hurt. So, Angel, what's it going to be? Are you going to prove the doubters wrong and lead Chicago to greatness? Or will you keep posting on Instagram while the real stars of the WNBA make history? The clock is ticking, and right now, it looks like time is running out for you. Harsh reality is this: championships require teamwork, solid management, modern facilities, and a winning culture. Right now, Chicago has none of these essentials. Reese's big talk hasn't fixed any of the team's issues. If anything, it's made everything worse. Angel's social media antics, filled with endless selfies and self-promotion, are entertaining but don't translate to success on the court. Championships aren't won with Instagram like Angel needs. Fewer tweets and more practice shots if she ever wants to compete with Caitlin Clark. Speaking of Clark, she has undeniably become the face of women's basketball. Her game performances have turned even casual fans into passionate supporters, with arenas selling out nationwide. Angel, your spotlight faded the moment Clark stepped onto the court with her. You accept it or not. Clark's star is only rising. Even basketball legends like Lisa Leslie and Coach K are openly praising Caitlin Clark, calling her the undeniable future of basketball. And we're not just talking about casual compliments, these are icons of the game, practically rolling out the red carpet for her. Lisa Leslie, a WNBA trailblazer, has been non-stop in her praise for Clark, recognizing her talent and leadership. On the court, then there's Coach K, one of the most respected minds in basketball history, declaring Clark as the future of basketball, not just women's basketball, but basketball in general. That's right, Angel, not just the WNBA, but the entire sport. Meanwhile, where's Angel in all of this? Nowhere, not even a mention. You'd think a self-proclaimed face of the league would get some acknowledgement, but no. Basketball royalty is too busy recognizing Clark's greatness, while Reese is stuck convincing herself she's still relevant. At some point, Angel has to face the truth. If legends, coaches, and analysts across the board are recognizing Clark's dominance, maybe it's time Angel did too. The more she denies it, the more she looks less like a competitor and more like a bitter bystander, watching history unfold without her. Instead of sulking, Angel should turn this rivalry into competitive energy. Fans love intense matchups and drama-filled showdowns, and turning jealousy into a competitive drive could put Reese back in the spotlight and on a path to relevance. Imagine stepping onto the court, Angel, with packed arenas watching your every move, not because of drama, but because of pure talent. This is your chance to rewrite your story, silence the critics, and finally shine. Stop complaining and start competing. Caitlin Clark's rising popularity is driving massive financial growth for the entire WNBA ticket sales. Media deals and sponsorships are booming because of her. Angel, you benefit from this wave. Embrace the Caitlin effect. It's literally making you richer. Angel's story isn't over yet. She can either fade into obscurity or redefine her legacy. The choice is hers: remain in the shadows or shine in the spotlight. One thing is certain, the WNBA is watching, and there you have it. Angel Reese's super team dreams just went up in smoke. This free agency period has been brutal for her, while Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are out here making big moves and stealing the spotlight. But hey, the season hasn't even started yet, so who knows? Maybe Angel will step up, prove the doubters wrong, and turn this mess around. Or maybe this is just the start of a long, painful reality check. Either way, we'll be here to break it all down for you. So, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest WNBA drama, big moves, and game breakdowns. Trust me, this season is going to be wild, and you won't want to miss a second of it.